am a registered nurse in Nashville, Tennessee, and my name is Kalila Mitchell. I'm reaching out to everyone about the COVID-19 vaccination. I recently took the COVID-19 vaccination. After the shot, I felt fine, but within 3 days, I went to the doctor because I had problems with my face. The whole left side of my face, actually. I have Bell palsy now. And as you can see, I can't smile. I'm trying to smile. I'm just getting embarrassing for me. But I just want everyone to know that I think this vaccination is the worst thing ever. The worst thing ever. And I would not give this to anybody, even my worst enemy. Please, America, they do not care about us.
All right, I want to say shalom. Shalom, shalom. All glory, honor, and praises to the Most High God of Israel, Yahweh. In the name of his son, Yahweh Shah, who is our Messiah, who is our Savior. Also, I want to say shalom to the scattered elect of Israel spread throughout the four corners of the earth. Also, I want to say shalom and tawada for the elders that taught me this truth. All right, this is your brother Kazaya coming at you with another lesson to feed the sheep in truth. All right, so as you saw, that was a video. Well, it speaks for itself, right? It speaks for itself. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get right into it. Let's head over to Revelations. All right, Revelation 16. Let's start at the top. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, "Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of God upon the earth." And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them that worshipped his image. All right, so we're going to focus on Revelation 16:2, okay? And what we're talking about here, what the scriptures are saying here, is this is punishment, okay? This is righteous judgment. As you can see, this is the wrath of God, right? And he's pouring it out on the people that worship the image of the beast. Well, let's go over to the blue letter. Let's go over to the blue letter and look at some things. All right, this is the blue letter. Okay, and the reason we come in here is because we want to go in depth into the concordance to figure out what exactly these words mean. Okay, so we're going to the interlinear, right? Well, let's go back over here. As you can see, this is Revelation 16 at the top, and we are focusing on verse 2. We're going into the interlinear to see what's going on. All right. So as you can see right here, on the left side is English. In the middle, that's the Strong's number, G. This because the New Testament, which Revelation is in the book of the New Testament. It's in the section of the Bible, the New Testament, okay? So, everything in the New Testament was actually written in Greek. So the words that need to be translated through the Strongs will have a G in front of it to show you that that is a Greek word, okay? All right, so what does it say? And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome. Let's stop there. We're going to go into this word noisome here, okay? What's the word?
Strong's G 2556. Kakas. Kakas.
The word is kakas, okay? And what does it say? Outline of biblical usage, kakas, of a bad nature. So that we're looking at that word noisome, and this is what it says: of a bad nature, not such as it ought to be, of a mode of thinking, feeling, acting, base, wrong, wicked. Now look at the third one: troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, baneful. Now, a lot of these words, I know most of us have no idea what they mean. I mean, you know what troublesome is. At least we think we do. All right? But let's test this out. So, let's look at that word baneful. Okay? Let's look at the word baneful. So, for that, we're going to go to the etymology online. And we know these people out here watching us, right? So eventually they're going to take all of this stuff away. They're going to try to take all of this stuff away from us. So let's look up the word bane. All right? Bane. Old English. Killer. Slayer. Murderer. Wow. A worker of death. Whether it be human, animal, or object. You see? And what is the devil called? He is called the bringer of death. Right? And we understand that the devil, spoken of in the Bible, is not some guy in a red costume with a pitchfork and a long tail with a heart on the end. That's dumb. That's ridiculous. That's a lie. Okay? That's the devil throwing you off his trail. Now, this is easy. We can clearly see who in the world is the biggest murderers. You can look on the FBI statistics for that. By race. And it'll tell you that the devil leads everybody in murder, arson, drug crimes, crimes of passion, all of that stuff. The only thing that Jake leads in is theft. And we know why that is. That's because Jake is poor. All right? But see, these people, the devil that's roaming the earth right now, they're rich. They have no reason to steal. They have no reason to kill. They have no reason to murder or work death. You see? What does it say down here? Oh, look at that. The devil. The devil. Check that out. So the word that we're looking at is bane, and it's telling you that is of the devil. Baneful is of the devil. All right? Proto-Germanic from banen, a cognate, with banha. That might be banha. It means wound. Murderer, Old Norse, bani, death. Look at this. Death, that which causes death. That which causes death. Death, destruction, wound, right? Wound, stroke, wound. Look at this one though. Look at the last sentence. Sense of, quote, that which causes ruin or woe. Now, do anybody know what woe is? Because woe is all throughout the Bible. Let's see what it really means. Woe, from the interjection Old English, why? A common exclamation of lament. In many languages, compare Latin, blah, 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 blah. Not anything that we need. Let me see. Woe. Definitions of woe from WordNet. Misery resulting from affliction. Intense mournfulness. You see? That's what woe is. So when the Bible says, woe to the enemies of Israel for what you did to us, then this is what he's talking about, right? Woe, he's going to throw misery resulting from affliction on you. And then we're in affliction right now. Intense mournfulness, that's what's going down. Look up, all right, so pernicious. Okay, let's see what that means. Pernicious. All right, adjective. Of a deed evil, wicked, having the property of destroying or being injurious. Injurious. You see that? Having the property of destroying or being injurious. Destructive. Whoops. Destructive. You see that? Destruction, death, ruin. Completely. Wow. Violent death or murder. To kill. To hurt or injure or harm. Okay, now you see where this is going, right? Y'all see where this is going, right? Injury is troublesome. So let's go back. And read it. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome, right? We looked at that, a wicked, a murderous, a troublesome, and grievous, sore. Grievous, sore. All right, let's look up that and see what that's talking about. Let's go back to the interlinear, right? Upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous. Let's look at that word grievous. Greek G4190 in concordance. Grievous. What's that word?
Strong's G 4190. Paneras. Paneras.
Paneras. All right, whatever. Now, what does this mean right here? Full of labors, annoyances, hardships. Pressed and harassed by labors. See, this sounds like us, right? This is our life. Bringing toils, annoyances, perils. Of a time full of peril to Christian faith and steadfastness, causing pain and trouble. Causing pain and trouble. Bad or bad of a bad nature or condition. In a physical sense, diseased or blind. That's what we're talking about right here, right? This is a physical thing that's popping off that we can see right now, right? This is a physical thing. In a physical sense, diseased, diseased, right? That means you're not at ease. Your body is not at ease. It's not at its normal resting state. It's poisoned. The body is not at ease. It's diseased, all right? Or blind. In the ethical sense, what does it say? Evil, wicked, bad. All right? So that's what this is here. So there fell a noisome, a wicked, and grievous, more wickedness, sore. What's the sore? We know what a sore is, right? At least we think we do. Right? Sore. G1668 in the concordance. Let's see what this word is.
Strong's G 1668. Helkas. Helkas.
Helkas. All right. What is Helkas? A wound. A wound producing discharge or pus, a sore, and ulcer. All right. So we're looking at wound. And let's look and see in Etimon what a wound is. Wound, a hurt or injury. You see that? It's not necessarily an ulcer or a pustule or anything like that 100% of the time. That word has multiple meanings, just like words in English have multiple meanings. But this is why context is important, okay? Now, it could be an ulcer. We're looking at the problems that this vaccine has caused, okay? So we can clearly see what this has done to people. The sister on the left, she now has Bell palsy, right? And look at the guy in the upper right. What is that? His tongue is hanging out of his mouth. And this is what they want to do. They want to give you this pharmakia. You see that? They want to give you this pharmakia. And we're going to get into that word pharmakia. This man, though, this elder right here up at the top with his tongue swollen and hanging out of his mouth, that is a death sentence, man. I know it may not look like much now, but this man is about to lose crazy weight if they don't fix this ASAP. Why? Because he can't eat. Look at that. How can he eat, man? He can barely talk. I'm pretty sure he can't talk. He could probably mumble some things as, hopefully his vocal cords ain't jacked up, but clearly his tongue is hanging out of his mouth and he can't put it back in. You see this? And look at the devil standing around him. Look at him. Look at them, man. You see? No. Look at this lady on the bottom. This is a nurse who took her pharmacia on live TV. And then right after, she gave a quick interview. And before she could even finish the first couple of sentences out of her mouth, she passed out. Hit the ground, man. Passed out right there. And now, no one knows if she's dead or alive. Because, no one has heard from her since this happened. Her Facebook went on radio silence. She has 30,000 new subscribers to her Facebook page because they want to know where she is. You see? All right, let's go back over here. So that's the wound. Helkos. Helkos is the Greek word for a sore or a wound. All right. Now let's go back down here. There fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark. Now, what is this mark here? All right, the mark. All right. G5480 in the concordance. Let's see that word.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Charagma. All right. What is charagma? A stamp, an imprinted mark. Now, this is what they're saying they're trying to give you, right? They're trying to put a substance in your body that when a blue light is shined on it, it will show an imprinted, like, what do they call it? They're using a substance called luciferase. You can look this up. It's called luciferase, right? And this substance reacts to a certain bandwidth of light, and it glows. It glows in the dark under blue light. This is where they're trying to go with the situation. That's what the what do they call it? The CV, the certificate, so that they know that you've been vaccinated. Like, they don't want to take any chances. They're not playing around. You understand? This is not going to be like back in the day where you could fake your flu shot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got my flu shot. Here's my card. Bam. Nah, they ain't going to roll like that. That's why they want to put this luciferase under your skin. They want to put an imprinted mark on you. All right, charagma. Look at A. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. All right, so what you have here, okay, all of these people that you see, they trusted the devil who is against God. This man is against God, man. You understand? That's why the Bible calls him the devil. All right? He is the pale horse spoken about in Revelation. And what does the pale horse do? He brings nothing but death and destruction. That's what the pale horse does. Okay? And hell follows behind him. What is hell? It's a horrible state and a horrible condition. So everywhere these people have went, they have left nothing but a trail of death and destruction in their wake. And no one can refute that because history proves it. So we don't have to sit up here and make up lies, man. This guy is the devil. You cannot trust him. He is your enemy, Israel. He's the enemy of all life. All things righteous, all things concerning the forward progress of life, he is against it. And he's proving it to you right here. So all of these people are suffering because they trusted in Egypt, they trusted in the devil instead of trusting in the Most High God of Israel, Yahweh. So these people are getting punished, right? That's what this is all about here, charagma. Look at this right here. Strong's definition. Charagma, right? All right. From the same as G5482, which is a scratch or etching, i.e. a stamp. You see? This is what they want to do to you. A stamp. Why? Because they want to give you a badge of servitude. They want to put you in prison again. They want to put everybody in a state of bondage. Do you understand? Are y'all getting this, man? This man's the devil, yo. So as it say right here, the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of the dead man. And every living soul died in the sea. Now, we're watching things die in the sea now. Okay? So we know, let's see, so we know right now that there's a noisome and grievous sore falling upon our people, falling upon everyone. All right, let's look at a couple of things right here real quick. All right, okay, this is an article. I believe it is from RT News. This says Fauci admits to lying about COVID-19 herd immunity threshold. Why? Because he wanted to manipulate the public support for this vaccine, and that moves the goalpost to 90%. Okay, so he wants to get 90%. He wants to have a 90% vaccine hit. So listen, man, this dude Fauci, he admitted to lying. He admitted it. Okay? Now, once someone is found to be a liar, why would you trust anything else to come out of their mouth? Why? Why did he do this? Because he wanted to manipulate the public support for this pharmakia. You see that? When was this? This was published the 25th of December, 2020. Okay? So this guy's a liar, man. Now, once someone lies to you once, why would you trust anything to come out of their mouth ever again? He clearly told you, like look at what's happening to people. They're dropping dead, literally. And this man is saying he lied about herd immunity, but we knew it was all bullshit to begin with. Herd immunity. Like, you just made up some bullshit. There is no such thing as herd immunity. Okay? Now, you can make up a word and slap it on anything you want and call it whatever you want, but that ain't what it is. These people that don't get sick from this, like you see, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are dying from the plague. Okay? This is not what you think it is, and they know it's not, but they need to control the narrative. So they're trying to play games with everybody and give this thing a name so they can control the narrative. But this is a plague from God. Now, why does God plague people? It is for punishment. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 12:6. Well, let's start at Let's start at 4. All right, verse 4. It says, "Give to the godly man and help not a sinner." Bam. So there you go right there. That cuts out almost all of the Christian church right there. Why? Because the Christian church is full of sin. All you got to do is look in the pulpit and see how many... Oh, I got to be careful. I almost said a word on here that YouTube would have got me dinged for. All you got to do is look in the pulpit and see how many people are running around with the rainbow. Right? What is it? Taste the rainbow? Get the hell out of here. So you got so many people up in the pulpit tasting the rainbow. You see? And clearly, God is against. He ain't against the rainbow. But y'all know what I'm saying. Okay? These people have hijacked something that was a promise that the Most High would not destroy the world with water again. Okay? And that was the sign of the rainbow. That's the promise. All you got to do is look that up. If you don't believe me, just type in rainbow and put KJV behind it and see what verses pop up and read them. Okay? But in the pulpit, you got a lot of people that took the rainbow and they what's the word I'm looking for? They took something pure and they made it wicked. Let's put it that way. So the Most High says, give to the godly man and help not a sinner. So bam. And who is the sinner? What is sin? All right. We're gonna come back to Ecclesiasticus 12. Let's see. What is sin? 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. Now, this is the New Testament, folks. This is the New Testament. And in 1 John chapter 3, verse 4 reads that sin is transgression of the law. Now, the Christian church is teaching you that the law is done away with. Right? Isn't that what they say? Oh, the law is done away with. We ain't doing sacrifices. Okay. Well, that's one law that's done away with. What other law is done away with? Then they can't hit you up with nothing. They just say, oh, the law is done away with. Oh, you can eat pork now? Yeah, the law is done away with. We can eat pork now. Oh, okay. Can you sleep with your neighbor's wife? You see? Because that's the law. You're not supposed to sleep with your neighbor's wife. So is that law done away with? Well, we're not supposed to sleep with your neighbor's wife. That's infidelity and all that. Nah, nigga. I ask you a question. Can you sleep with your neighbor's wife now that the law is done away with? You see? And now they stuck between a rock and a hard place. And then when you show a Christian this verse right here, they don't have any comeback. They don't have any answers for that. You see? Because sin is transgression of the law. It's right there. That's what sin is. That's all it is to it. Okay? Now, let's go back. Ecclesiasticus, not Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiasticus is in the Apocrypha. Okay? I believe it is also called the Book of Sirach. So, back at Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6, for the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance upon the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day for their punishment. Wow. You hear that? So the Most High is clearly telling you right here, verse 6, that, what does he say? The Most High does what? He hates. Oh, God don't hate. That word is hate. Hate. Let's look up that word hate and see what it means. Hate. Hate. Regard with extreme ill will. So God regards sinners with extreme ill will. Sinners disgust him. Right? Have a passionate aversion to. He has a passionate aversion to sinners. He treats as an enemy. He treats sinners as an enemy. Right? That's hate, right? We ain't making this up. We are not making this stuff up. All right, Ecclesiastes 12 and 6. So the Most High hates sinners. He regards the sinners with ill will. He treats sinners as his enemy. But they want to tell you the law is done away with so they can get by doing sin. All right. Let's go down to 10. Let's read 10 and see what 10 says. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so as his wickedness. You see that? And these people are the enemy. These people are the enemy. Look here. World Health Organization chief scientist warns, quote, no evidence pharmacia, no evidence that the then you gotta come up with good names for this stuff, man. One of the brothers call it the boogeyman. That's funny. No evidence the boogeyman presents viral transmission. No evidence that the pharmacia jab, the pharmacia vaccination, prevents viral transmission. There's no evidence that the vaccine works. You see that? There's no evidence. This was published December 29th, man. What's today? Today's the 30th. Today is Wednesday the 30th. This was just published yesterday. Look at this. UK registers record 53,135 new boogeyman cases in the 24 hours. Okay? Ireland rolls out vaccine. South Korea sees record daily death toll. India, Pakistan confirmed UK virus variant. So that's the new strain right there. December 29th, 2020. Check this out. This is from you see where that is, right? You see where this is coming from, right? Now we know who these people are. And we're expecting the Most High, we're expecting our God, because he's not the God of these people here. It's obvious. We're expecting our God to levy great judgment against these people. Okay? Now, let's see what this says. Jerusalem Post, Israel News. 75-year-old man dies of heart attack after receiving vaccine. When was this published? December 28th, 2020. 75-year-old man dies of a heart attack after receiving vaccines. But they'll tell you it wasn't due to the vaccine. So this is how they break it down to you, right? They say, okay, so we just gave out the vaccine to the 75-year-old man, but he had a heart attack. But listen, he was 75. He was 75. He had a heart attack. People have heart attacks all the time. It wasn't the vaccine. Now you see that? Now the Most High told you what these people. The Most High told y'all what these people are, man. All right? Let's look up the word devil. Devil. A subordinate evil spirit afflicting humans. You see that? And that is the so-called Caucasian man. The so-called white man. All right? He is a subordinate evil spirit residing within those individuals. And those spirits are here to afflict who? Humans. They're here to afflict us, the children of Israel. Not the whole world. Well, I guess you can say the whole world, because there's a scripture that says that when the wicked are in rule, the earth mourns. The people mourn. But when the righteous rule, everyone rejoices. Even the animals in the ocean, the trees rejoice. Okay? Something that you think wouldn't even have a spirit to move, like a tree. Right? The land, the whole earth will rejoice. The grass blades, the rocks. Yeah, the rocks. The whole world is going to rejoice when these wicked people are taken out of power and the Most High restores the nation of Israel back to their rightful rulership. All right, the devil, a powerful spirit of evil, otherwise known as Satan. Look at this here. The devil, Satan, in which in general use meant accuser or slanderer. You see that? Accuser or slanderer. Let's get a scripture. So, this is Psalms 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked God saith, What hast thou to do? What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? So the Most High is talking to the wicked people. What do you think you're doing, picking up the scriptures and speaking them out of your filthy lips? What are you doing? That's what he's saying right here. But unto the wicked, God said, What do you have to do to declare my statutes? Or for you to think that you can touch my covenant and take it up and speak it out of your mouth. Who do you think you are? Wicked. Verse 17. Seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee. Right. We know these people hate God's instruction because they do everything against what he says. God says no homosexuals in church. They put homosexuals in church. God says a man should not sleep with a man as he does with a woman. And this whole nation promotes that shit. You see? So much so that LGBTQMSZ got more damn rights and freedoms than everybody else in the country. You see? They got more protection under the law than a normal white person does. So-called white, because we know that they're not really white. The way they act, they're proving themselves to be black. Okay? And if you think that I'm calling them us, you're wrong. I'm giving them their identification. Okay? Verse 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou contendest with him, and hast been partaker with the adulteress. Verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue framest deceit. So everything come out of the mouth. Look. Their tongues frame deceit. They speak lies out of their mouth all the time. Look at this dude. Fauci admits to lying. He admitted it. I admit to lying about the boogeyman herd immunity threshold because I wanted to manipulate the public support for the vaccine. I wanted to manipulate the public support. What? Are you telling me that you lied to the entire country so you can manipulate them into thinking something that isn't true? Verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. What do you think that's talking about there? That's talking about Jacob and Esau. Esau is slandering Jacob. What is slander? See that? So Esau is the accuser and slanderer of Jacob. That's what he's doing. He's slandering us. He's accusing us of disobeying God's laws. He's accusing us, the true Hebrew Israelites, the true children of God. He's accusing us of disobeying our God. But he set up the whole situation to make that happen. Right? So that's like somebody stealing something out of the store and then putting it in the hands of, hey, check this out, man. You like this? Hold on to that for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the car real quick. He leaves you with the stolen product. The police come out, see you with the stolen product, and now they want to arrest you. You see? That's how these people work. They're devils, right? They're devils. Now, what word was I looking for? Slanderer. Let's take that word slanderer. Slander. A verb. State of impaired reputation, disgrace, or dishonor. And that's exactly what he's trying to do to us. He's trying to disgrace us. He's trying to impair our reputation. And we have a reputation of serving the Most High God of Israel. We have a reputation of being righteous and holy, set-apart people. He's trying to disgrace that. He's trying to disgrace and dishonor our name. Slander. A false tale. The fabrication and dissemination of false tale. Basically, it's a lie. Scandalous statement. Do they not make these statements about us all the time? Oh, we got to vaccinate the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. What? Now, when they said vaccinate the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in that exact order, I knew then that they were watching us, because we're the only people who say it in that order. Matter of fact, there's no one else on the face of the earth saying it but us. There ain't no one else saying it. We're the only ones saying blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true children of Israel, the true sons and daughters of the Most High God of Israel. Nobody else is saying that. And now all of a sudden, these people come out on TV and say, well, we got to vaccinate the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans first. Why? Why is that? You never gave a fuck about us being first in anything but death. So is this vaccination death? Is that what this is? Look at that. Bastards. Total disgusting scum. Slander. Cause of offense. A stumbling block. Temptation. Now, isn't this what they do to us? They tempt us all day. They made a society that does nothing but tempt the flesh. All day, every day, day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out, decade in, decade out. That's what they want to do. They want to keep you in temptation so you can stay in sin. So the Most High can treat you as an enemy. And this is why he is punishing our people now, because they have trusted in the enemy, which makes them enemies. You got to think about it, man. So this is a video from the sister Lisa Cabrera. You see the name at the top, Florida COVID-19 by race. Okay. Now I'm not sure if you guys know about this woman. She had her home raided by the police, and they went in and took her computers and everything. I think she was well, anyway, she designed this. Let me let the sister talk to you guys about this, and I'll come back.
In April, COVID became a black problem in America. You know, they told us this without showing a single number. And the news media in America is guilty of doing that each and every day. They want to put out there that we got it disproportionately. And it really doesn't make any sense, ladies and gentlemen, because we're not big in every state. So there's no way we could be carrying the biggest amount of COVID nationwide in America. There's no way, especially when they pinned us forever as 13% of the population. So keeping all of that in mind, there's no possible way we would have it more than anyone else. You know, so I want you to look at this dashboard. If you want to see this, this is Rebecca Jones' dashboard that she put together herself to put out the real numbers for Florida. So it's floridacovidaction.com. All right, so let's go to the dashboard, ladies and gentlemen. And this dashboard is going to show you. Okay, here we go. Guess it was just a little slow to load. So this dashboard is going to show you how many cases there are in Florida, the Florida deaths. And it goes over a lot of the statistics on what's going on in Florida. But it has a lot more interesting things than just this. The one thing I like about Rebecca, she broke it down by race. And let me show you that. Okay, right here on the bottom, demographics. Okay, so this really is a very good dashboard when you look at it in comparison to some of the other ones that I've looked at. All right. See, there's a reason why they never want to show us a raw number, but they want to make sure each and every day in the media, they say that the Black community have it disproportionately. And it really doesn't make any sense. We're not big in every state in America. You know, we're not big in Iowa, okay, or Utah and places like that. You know, we are sizable in certain parts of the country, but not all over. So that being said, there's a reason why they don't ever want us to see raw numbers, and they have been keeping the raw numbers away from us all this time while they're on this crusade to be on mainstream news to say that we got it disproportionately every day. So let's take a look at Florida. Now, I got family down in Florida. In fact, most of my father's side of the family is in Florida. Okay. And I know we could not possibly be getting it the way they're saying. Now, my family on my father's side and my mother's side are large. Okay. Large family on both sides. But my father's side, down there in Florida, nobody got COVID. I talk to my cousins. I talk to my uncle all the time. I talk to my uncle a few times a month. My aunts are there. I talk to them. Nobody got COVID, and my family is large. So now let's take a look at these numbers. Now, I like how she got it broken down. She got it broken down by gender. So in the state of Florida, more females have COVID than males. So 622,200 females have cases of COVID. And among the males, 572,600. So in this state, more females have COVID than males. Now, cases reported by race. White, 633,100. That's well over 500,000 people. 633,100 white in the state of Florida. So white people overwhelmingly, if you go by raw numbers, have the most COVID in Florida. See, this is why they don't want to show you raw numbers. They want to show you percentages. Black, 162,100. So when you look at the white and black number, they're like worlds apart in the number of people that got it. So then they have other, and even the other number is bigger than the black number. It's 168,200. And then unknown, I'm just taking maybe that's somebody more of one race. 239,200. So again, white, black, other, and unknown. So let's look at the Hispanic numbers. Okay, cases by reported ethnicity. The Hispanics have 376,200. So their numbers are way bigger than the black population. As far as who got, the most cases, the Hispanics are really behind the white. And shouldn't these numbers?
All right, so I'm going to speak on that real quick. Now listen. Hispanics are descendants of Spaniards. Okay? They are not Mexicans. The people that we know as Mexicans, the true Mexicans, are our brethren. They are the sons and daughters of the Northern Kingdom. Okay? Now, these numbers, the reason why they're so high in Hispanic is because these Hispanic people are most likely the descendants of the Spaniards that came over here in 1492 and the 1500s. That's why their numbers are high like the Caucasian. Why? Because this is a plague sent from God. And God said, what did he say? That he was going to punish the people that afflicted us and put us into slavery. And he was going to send plagues upon Babylon just like he did in Egypt. Incurable plagues. Okay? Incurable, meaning that no vaccine is going to work. You can't knock this plague off. All right, verse 10. Judith 5, verse 10. Judith 5, verse 10. Judith 5, verse 10. But when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt and sojourned there while they were nourished and became there a great multitude, that so that one could not number their nation. So we know that's talking about the nation of Israel, right? Verse 11, therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them and brought them low with laboring in brick and made them slaves. This is how Egypt got built up. Okay? This is how Egypt got built. We built the treasured cities of Pharaoh like Ramses. That was done by the children of Israel. Okay? So they threw hard bondage on them, put them in slavery, and made them work crazy crazy hard labor and servitude. All right, and then verse 12. Then they cried unto their God. Boom. You want to know what you want to do? You want to know what you have to do to get yourself out of the hell that you're in? Verse 12. Then they cried unto their God. And what did he do? What did the Most High do? And he smote all the land of Egypt with what? Incurable plagues, so that the Egyptians cast them out of their sight. So that's what we got to do. We got to raise up our voice to our God so he can smote or smite all of our enemies with incurable plagues, right? And then what's going to happen is these people are going to try to get rid of us, because we're causing them this pain. We are causing COVID. Okay? This is why they are against us. This is why they want to vaccinate us first. Oh, you want to call on your God now and bring hell on us? Well, you're going to be the first one to get this vaccine. You see? Now y'all can think this is bullshit and garbage if you want, but I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. The scriptures is telling you what it is. I am just reading the words. Okay? So that's what's going on right now. Right now they have an incurable plague and they can't get rid of it. What is a plague? Affliction, calamity, evil, scourge, severe trouble or vexation, malignant disease. Right? Affliction. Didn't the Most High say he was going to do to our enemies what they did to us? So he's going to give them affliction. That's that plague. And then that affliction from the plague is going to cause a slaughter, right? And that is going to destroy their nation. So the Most High is moving in ways that most people can't even see right now. This is a very tactical, precision type of ass kicking. You know what I'm saying? This is like somebody. This is how, I don't know if y'all have ever seen Roy Jones fight. Okay, Roy Jones is a very technical fighter in the ring. All right, and what he does is with his speed, he picks his opponents apart little by little, and because he can move so fast, he can take his pick of where he want to attack the body at. You see? And then eventually, while he beating your body down in all of the places you can't protect quick enough, he's wearing you down quickly. And then boom, right across your chin, knockout. That's what the Most High is doing. He's picking these people apart piece by piece, and he's doing it in a precision and tactical way. Pestilence. You see that? Stroke, wound. You see that? Plague. To strike. So the Most High is smacking their ass right now. So this new strain, that's another strike across your head. That's another strike across your back, Esau. That what do they call it? The new mutant strain. Now, why did they call it a mutant strain? They never call the flu new strain a mutant. They say, well, they do say it mutated, but they never use the word mutant. They didn't say this coronavirus mutated. They said, oh, we have a mutant strain. You see that? Mutant. Damn devils. Look at that. Plague. Strike a blow. A strike. A blow. So the Most High is striking a blow on you devils. Epidemic that causes many deaths. Plague. That's what's going on right now. Anything annoying. Right. Look at this. Plague, verb. Infest with disease or other natural calamity. See, you see this right here? This is how the devil works. Okay? See, a plague is not natural. A plague is always sent from the Most High. Always. If it ain't a plague, if it ain't, come on, man. Well, you know what? Let's call it natural. Let's just give him that and call it natural. Right? Now, if this is natural and it's wiping your ass out, then guess what? Natural selection is choosing to exterminate your people, Esau. Boom. Now you see how your own words came and bit you in the ass? Natural selection. Oh, let's get rid of all the blacks. Gentrification. Oh, the blacks are useless and they're not even fully human. Natural selection is wiping them out anyway. So let's let natural selection do its thing. Let's let nature run its course, right? This is what they said about us, that we shouldn't even exist. That natural selection would choose the best of the race and kill everything else off. Everything else will just die off, and the best will go on to propagate the world. Well, it seems that this plague, or to infest with disease or other natural calamities, I guess this natural disease and this natural calamity is choosing to eliminate the weaker people on the face of the earth. Now, why do I say that? Because we ain't dying like you all. Back to the sister's video.
Numbers, ladies and gentlemen, as far as who got, the most cases, the Hispanics are really behind the white. And shouldn't these numbers, ladies and gentlemen, technically be combined? Don't they count the Hispanics as white? So we're talking
facts.
Probably 1 million, right? When you combine these two numbers, 1 million. All right, so that's Hispanic. Non-Hispanic, 551,800. And then unknown, 274,700. And they, of course, got it broken down by age. So look like the 15 to 24 and the 25 to 34 have the most cases. And according to Rebecca Jones, it's because many of these teens and young adults work in industries where they're constantly being exposed to a lot of people. Many of them work in restaurants. Many of them work in retail. So they would encounter a lot of people in their daily life. And because of that, they have a high number of COVID among the young. Now, remember, Florida is a state where they're not closed. They're not locked down. Everything is open there. Everything is open. So then you have the 35 to 44, okay, the 45 to 54, 55 to 64. And then, you get really into the seniors, the 65 to 74, the 75 to 84, and 85 on up. So, I like how she has it all broken down where you can look at, she even got the prisons in here. How many prisoners and inmates that have COVID in the state. So it's very detailed. And
now this is why they broke into her home and basically strong-armed her husband and her children and took her computer. Because this is the information that she put out. She created this board. All right? Look that lady up, man. Lisa gives you her name early on in this clip. So look her up and watch her video on YouTube and see what those people did. Okay? She did this because the CDC got caught lying. The CDC got caught lying about their numbers. Okay? And when she produced this, it was just more evidence that these damn devils were lying. Let me see if I can find that. Check it out. Published December 4th, 2020. December 4th, 2020, Friday. Health and Science. CDC quietly adjusted COVID death data. Shows higher relative toll on Black, Hispanic people. I'll read it again. CDC quietly adjusted COVID death data. Why would you have to do this quietly? You're the Center for Disease Control. So the information that you get is supposed to be disseminated amongst the people, the population, so we can understand the truth. Instead, you are lying. You see that? And why do you think they're lying? Why do you think it's so important for them to lie about who's really getting COVID and who's really not getting COVID? Who's really getting the plague and who's not getting the plague? Why do you have to lie about that? Isn't this about helping everybody out? Isn't this about stopping a virus that is killing everybody? So why are you adjusting things quietly to say the numbers are higher in Black and Hispanic people so you can vaccinate them first? Why are you doing that? That is because the vaccine is killing people. Call Halayim La Yahweh. Bahashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shah. This thing is killing people. The plague is killing people. The plague is killing the wicked. The plague is killing the enemies of the Most High. That's what it's doing. Look at this. Published December 4th, 2020. Source: NYU Langone Health and NYU School of Medicine. Very prestigious sources here. Very credible sources, right? Once hospitalized, Black patients with COVID-19, with the plague, have lower risk of death than whites, study finds. Oh, this is why the CDC quietly adjusted the COVID data to show higher relative toll on Black and Hispanic people with the plague. Why? That is because this is showing that once Black people get the plague, they have a lower risk of death than their than their white counterparts. Now, what is the NYU School of Medicine summarize about this? Well, let's read it. While multiple research studies show that Black and Hispanic patients are more likely to test positive for the plague, researchers found that once hospitalized, Black patients, after controlling for other serious health conditions and neighborhood income, you see that? They had to throw that in there. Why the hell would you have to adjust for neighborhood income with a plague? What the hell does a plague? Are you telling me that the plague is choosing to kill poor people? Is that what you fucking saying, man? You see, these people are liars and they're devils, man. They're deceivers. Why don't we say this about the flu? Why don't we say this about HIV? Right? Is HIV out there killing poor people in the neighborhoods? Is the flu vaccine out there killing poor people? The flu vaccine, oh no, you make over $80,000 a year. Nah, I don't want you. I want that motherfucker right there, that little Negro that make $25,000 a year. I want that one. Is that what the plague doing? No, it's not. It's not doing that. But this is why they put that in there. After controlling for other serious health conditions and neighborhood income. So what they're trying, they know that the information that they're putting out is a lie, but they're doing their damnedest to try to make sure that they force everybody, this image in everybody's mind, that it is the Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, God's chosen people, the apple of his eye. Those people are the ones that are really carrying this thing around and giving it to everybody else. They are the vectors. This is why they're not dying from it, but everybody else is getting sick. Well, when you devils came over here in the 1500s, that's exactly what happened to the Northern Kingdom, right? That's exactly what happened to the so-called Native Americans. The plague went through them and decimated them, wiped them out. Wiped them out. And here the same thing is happening to you bastards for what you did. You see? The Most High said this is judgment. And judgment is like a ring. Let's get it. Alright, 2nd Ezra 5:42. And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. Alright? Okay? So the Most High said that his judgment is like a ring. So it's not going to move slow in correcting the people that done wickedness. So if judgment is like a ring is a closed circuit. All right? And it's continuous. All right? That's one thing about a ring. It's continuous. It always pops off. Whatever's going on in the ring is always happening. Okay? So there's always going to be some wicked bastard running around doing something ugly to unrighteous people, and they're going to have to be judged for that. And the Most High is going to use someone to judge those people, and then he's going to judge those people for harming those people, and then for harming those. Let me do A, B, and C. So if A harmed B, then God will judge B with A. You see? And then, since B is judging A in wickedness, the Most High will use A to judge B. And it goes around and around and around like that. That's what it means. And he says, as in 2nd Ezra 5:42, and he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last, right? There's not going to be anything left over or weakened from the last judgment. Even so, there's no swiftness of the first. So you ain't going to move the judgment ahead of time to get the people that's doing things. So this is why we have to be patient. This is why the Most High says that for those who wait patiently for him, they will mount up like the wings of eagles, roughly paraphrasing. So basically, you wait. You sit back and you wait for the Most High. You wait for your judgment to end. You wait for the Most High to say, okay, that's enough. I'm about to correct these bastards. I'm about to use my hammer to destroy my sword. Because the Most High said that the wicked of the earth is the Most High's sword. Okay? Let's get that. I think that's in Psalms. Dang, that really wasn't no help. Yeah, here we go. Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men. All right, here you go, right here. The Most High. This is David saying that he's praying that the Most High delivers his soul from the wicked, which is his sword. What is a sword? It's an instrument of destruction. Okay? Now, verse 14 is going to elaborate on verse 13. From men, which are thy hand, right? So he's elaborating. He's saying that the sword is men, which is thy hand, O Yahweh. From men of the world, the wicked, men of the world, which is thy sword. The wicked is the sword, which is men of the world. Now, who are the most destructive people in the world? It would happen to be the white man. It's the white man. It's the white man. It's the man. You know, the man always got his foot on your neck. It's the man. Remember, I'm going to get you, sucker? Oh, it's the man. The man. You see that? From men of the world, which have their portion in this life. So the Most High, this is King David telling you, this is the Most High speaking through his prophet. He's telling you that the wicked, which is the Most High's sword, these are the men of the world which have their portion in this life. And it goes on to elaborate, in whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. Now, don't these people have our scriptures in their hand right now? Don't they have the Most High's treasure, the Most High's gold and silver? Yes, Esau, Edom has this stuff. Right? They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Right? So they steal all of our wealth, they steal all of our land, and then they pass it down to their generation of children. Redlining, keeping us off our lands. You see? Pushing us more and more to the poorest parts, to the parts of the land that has nothing there. There it is right there. So David is asking the Most High Yahweh to disappoint the wicked, cast him down, deliver his soul from these bastards, which is his sword. The wicked is the Most High sword. Okay? So that's that judgment like a ring again. Right? There's no slackness in the past, and there's no speediness of the future judgment. It's all on the Most High's time, not yours. All right? So that's the wicked. Oh, you're probably saying, well, how do you know that this is the white man? Well, there's only one people, there's only one nation of people that are filling their belly right now. What does that mean to fill your belly? That means to live off, that means to gorge yourself on the dainties and the riches of this world. Let me show you a picture. From factrepublic.com. Now, what you're looking at is hidden books. These are books now. Look at that. You see that? That's the spine right there. That's the spine on the book, right? And they're categorized, labeled, you see? And these books are huge. They're not little small books that you're used to carrying around. This is about the size of a large man's torso, from his collarbone to his waist. That's how big these books are. Now look what it says. The Vatican's secret archive is buried deep within the walls of Vatican City. See that? It's in the inner walls. It's fully protected and mostly underground. So this is mostly underground. It houses the immense history of the acts of Pope, state papers, historic documents, papal account books, and other official correspondence, some of which dates back to the 8th century. The archives span over 52 miles. Did you hear that? The archives spanned over 52 miles of shelving in houses, 35,000 items. Access is strictly limited to staff and qualified scholars. And who qualifies the scholars? Esau, Edom. Now, here we are. The Most High has given us the information. The Most High is resurrecting the body of the body of Israel, right? And we have information that they have hidden in those books that they know they didn't release to us, but yet we know it. Then the scripture says that once we stood on our feet, once those dry bones stood on their feet, they would be encompassed with great fear. Great fear is falling upon them now because they know they got all of this information underground in their 52 miles of shelving and housing space. And there's no way that these niggas from off the block could have got their hands on this information. There's no way. What are you saying? A couple of hood dudes came in here and snuck in here and searched through the books and took snapshots and started passing them out to all their friends on the block? They trying to figure this out, man. But they know what it is. They know what this is. All right, so access is strictly limited to staff and qualified scholars who have to undergo rigorous application process to be granted entry. So this information is so protected that they are skeptical of their most closely regarded people. You see? Because this information can't get out. This information dates back to the 8th century. We know these devils wasn't popping in the 8th century. We know. Because King David was throwing their ass up in the Caucasus Mountains. You see? Well, 8th century, 900, right? The 900 years. Look at that, man. You see? Now let's find the other one with the gold, man. Now this is all our stuff, okay? These people came out of the gate, the fucking caves, before the Renaissance, around 1199 maybe, something around that time. That's when they were granted entry back into society, into the world. The Most High took the yoke that Jacob had put on their neck, and he took it off of them, and he put it on us. Okay? That's the ring of judgment. You see that? So the Most High used King David and his men to judge the nation of Esau, and then he turned around and judged Israel with the nation of Esau. And now he's in the process of judging Esau again, and this time he's going to do it with the nation of Israel for the last time. You see that? There is no slackness in the previous and no swiftness of the future of the future, judgment. All right. Now let me find one more picture. Check this out. This is oh goodness, man. For what reason do they have to have all of this gold? Why do you think they have all of this gold? I can tell you why, but that's for another lesson. Now, here's what the meme says. My cousin is the meme king, by the way. So, where did you get all this gold, Elizabeth? I stole it from Africa. That's what they want you to believe. But all that gold didn't come from Africa. All that gold came from over here. Well, a good 90% of it came from right over here in the Americas. You see that? Central and South America had more gold than any other place in the whole world. This is why Spain and the Catholic Church didn't have all of that beautiful gold overlay and everything until after the 1500s. You see that? All you gotta do is look at the records, and when they start putting all that gold on shit, they came over here strictly for the jewels and gold. You understand? And I can show you proof of that, but that's for another lesson. All right? But look at this. That is our gold. The Most High gave it to us. And here they are with it. You see? Devils. Respect to the sister. See what she's talking about.
And this is why we're prisoners and inmates that have COVID in the state. So it's very detailed. You know, and this is why Ron DeSantis had her raided. He doesn't want this out here. See, he's been lowballing the numbers in Florida, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, we got the least amount in the state of Florida. When you look at the demographics, Black people got the lowest amount in the whole state. So don't take to heart what they're doing. They're on a campaign to make everybody believe a lot of falsehoods in this country. They want you to believe the white race is untouched by this thing. They really don't have that much of it. But Black people, they got it disproportionate. See, that's the nonsense they want you to believe. But there's a hell of a difference in this number and this number. And don't let them come and talk about, well, the population size. No. When you look at the raw numbers, we do not have it the most, especially in a place like Florida. I have a large Black family in the state of Florida, and I talk to them constantly. Nobody got COVID in my large family. That should say a lot. And they tell me they wear their mask, they wear their gloves, and they try to take care of themselves and keep themselves out of harm's way. Nobody got it. And I'm not the only one with a large family in the state of Florida. By far, not even close to being the only one. Many people live in the South, in the Black community. So y'all, please tell me what you think. I'm glad she published this. I wish we could see this from more states, because we are definitely being hoodwinked on this whole thing, big time. I have no doubt about it. This is like a huge difference right here. But these are the people that are going to come in our faces and tell us what we got the most, and won't show you a number. And don't ever accept their percentage breakdown, because the U.S. Census already said they have never accurately counted us. So if they never accurately counted us, there's no percentage they can give you that would be correct. Never forget that. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.
All right. Now you see that? Y'all saw the data, right? You see the numbers. You see the data. You see the numbers. They're the numbers. They're the numbers. So every block is worth 200,000. And let's see. 2, 4, 6. They got over 600,000. And we have 162,000. There it is. Those are the facts, people. All right, let me get ready to close this out. Let's close out with some scriptures. All right. So these people are our enemy. Okay? And this is what the Most High says about your enemy. Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. All right? So the Most High say, never trust your enemy. Never, 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 never. What does never mean? Never means never, right? What does never mean? Never means never. Well, let's see. Never. Never is a two-part word meaning not ever. At no time. Look at that. Ever. Look at that. Italian, French, Spanish. Those are all of the people that getting their asses kicked right now. They're getting their asses handed to them. Matter of fact, one of Spain's island pretty much got decimated. And let me see. France, Netherlands, Spain, Europe, UK. All of them are getting smashed on right now by well, I think they just got smashed on yesterday by a huge weather storm. Okay? So the Most High is kicking their ass all over again. You know, just like last year, it's picking up all over again. Right? Never. So the Most High says, never trust your enemy. Now we know iron rusts. You can't keep iron from rusting, yo, because it's moisture in the air. All right. So all you got to do is let iron sit out in the air, and oxidation is going to take place, and that rust is going to take over. Okay. So he says, like iron rusted, like iron is going to rust. It ain't no way iron ain't going to rust. Okay? So that's what the Most High is saying about your enemy. His wickedness is like the wickedness of our enemy is the same thing that rust is to iron. You see? Our enemy will always be wicked to us, just like rust will always be on iron. All right? Though he humble himself, what is it to humble yourself? Bring yourself low. Talk with the smile and the soft voice. Well, and it's because, you see, that's how they do your ass. Because they're humbling themselves. And what the Most High say, though he humble himself and go crouching, you see, he bows his face to the ground, right? Beware of him. And then what is going to be when you do these things to your enemy, for him, it's going to be like you wipe the looking glass. A looking glass is just a mirror. Now, we know if you've ever had a dirty, nasty mirror, you really can't make out the image, that's looking back at you. You can't make out your own image in a mirror that has a bunch of muck and grime on it. You see? And that's how we're going to be when we follow these rules right here. When the Most High gave us these rules to protect us, man. If somebody didn't love you, he would never tell you how to look out for your enemies. Isn't that what you tell your children? Right? It's the greatest love that you have is for your children. And you would prepare them to know how to defend them, so they know how to defend themselves from their enemies. And that's exactly what the Most High is doing to his children. He's giving us the information that we need to know how to move and protect ourselves around our enemies. All right? And he says right here, verse 11, take good heed and beware of him, and you will be unto him as if you wiped a looking glass. So he's going to be like, yo, how can you see me? How can you see through all my treachery? How can you see through all my schemes and evil works? You know what I mean? That's how he's going to be. You see? And that's what the Most High is telling. So the Most High is giving us the tools we need. All you got to do is read it and follow these rules, right? So he says, we're going to be to our enemies as if we wiped a looking glass. And And you shall know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Now let's look at verse 12. Set him not by you, lest when he have overthrown you, he stand up in your place. You see that? The Most High is literally telling you, don't bring the enemy close to you, man. Don't let him sit next to you like you sit your homie next to you. You see what I'm saying? I'm in a car, and I don't really like people sitting in my back seat. Don't ask me why. It's just one of my things. And so unless it's the children, or unless I'm really riding a full load, which I don't normally do anyway, there's someone in my passenger seat. Now, I don't just let anybody get in my car. So if you get in my car, that means that I at least like you. At least. You see? I would never let my enemy sit in my car. I don't give a damn what's going on. Oh, you should love everybody. Well, the Most High right here says, never trust your enemy. But you should love everybody. Well, the Most High says right here, never trust thine enemy. Ecclesiastes 12:10. But I think, well, we ain't working with what you think. We ain't doing that. Because you think wrong. You see that? We follow the words of the Most High. We don't follow man. Verse 12. Don't let that man sit next to you. Because if you do, he's going to overthrow your ass and then he's going to stand up in your place. You see? Neither let him sit at your right hand. You see? Don't let him sit at your right hand. At least he seek to take your seat. You see? Oh, you the king. You sit your crouching enemy down next to you. You don't realize he's your enemy because he came to you humbly and crouching, like it says in verse 11. He bows his head, his eyes down to the ground so he can feign humbleness and non-threatening, so he can seem non-threatening and humble, but in the back of his mind, he waiting for you to let your guard down so he can shaft your ass. Because he's the devil. The devil that the Bible speaks of is the so-called white man. The Caucasoid. Okay? The Caucasian. We know he ain't white. He's really red. So let's just call him that, the red man. Now that y'all know who we talking about, that's going to be his name, El Rojo. What are you going to call him? El Rojo. El Rojo. That's how I'm going to say it from now on. The devil is El Rojo. You see? We know who the devil is. All right? So verse 12, let's get in. He said, don't let him sit at your right hand, lest he seek to take your seat. He looking to take the king's seat. And you at last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So the Most High is telling you, please listen to my words and let these words prick you. Let these words prick your heart so you never forget it. You'll feel that pain and you're like, oh, I remember. Because you don't want your enemy to prick you with his wickedness, because that's going to hurt. Now, what does the Most High say in 13? Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? All right. So let's see. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to get it all in. There we go. Now, this says, at the very top, verse 10, it says, don't trust your enemy. You right? Because his wickedness will never go away. It doesn't matter how good you treat him. It don't matter how cool you are to him. Your enemy will always be your enemy, and he's always going to do wickedness to you. All right? And then the Most High gives a parable in verse 13 by saying, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? When you look at this book, where's the first place that you see serpent? Right in the very beginning. And the Most High says that he declares the end from the beginning. So he's already telling you the end and who the serpent is. The serpent is the wicked man. Now you might say, how can you be for sure that this man is the wicked man? Well, the Most High says in Job 9:24 that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's the Most High says. He gave the earth over to the sons of the devil, the sons of Satan. which are the devil, the deceivers. Okay? So who rules the earth right now? Ain't no African ruling, right? Ain't no Asian ruling. Ain't no Hebrews ruling. Ain't no Israelites ruling, right? Out of all the 18 nations on the face of the earth, there's only 18. God only created 18 nations. So man don't have the power of God. So man can't create more nations. Now they can slap a label on anything they fucking want to, but that don't make that what it is. I can put a damn Nike swoosh sign on a pair of kids, but it don't make them kids Nikes, right? You see? And that's what these people have done. They slap tags on people. Oh, you Puerto Rican. Oh, you Middle Eastern. You see? Oh, you are Congolese. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you're Peruvian. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not Peruvian. I'm an Israelite. No. You're not an Israelite, man. You are Brazilian. You're from the land of Brazil. That makes you a Brazilian. You're from the nation of Brazil. This is the bullshit that they have fed everybody in the world. Why? Because the earth was given to them, and they are the wicked. And what does it say? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the Most High is asking you, if the people that are ruling the world ain't the wicked, then point them out. Show me. Where the hell are they? You feel me? That's how I know that the white man is the wicked, because he's the one ruling the world. The red El Rojo is the wicked. El Rojo is ruling the world right now. No one else, just El Rojo. Bam. That's how I know. You feel me? You feel me? That's how I know who the wicked is on the earth. Job 9:24 told me who the wicked is. Back to Ecclesiasticus. All right. So this is what he's saying. Verse 10. Don't trust your enemy, because he's wicked. Your enemy is the wicked. The wicked's enemy is the righteous. So that would make us righteous. You know, every superhero has an arch nemesis, an arch enemy. And every arch enemy has a arch nemesis who is a superhero. And a superhero is just a fancy term for righteous. And villain, or anti-hero, is just the same as saying someone who is wicked. That's all it is. So just replace the rosy name titles that the wicked man gave you, El Rojo gave you, and replace them with the true words, which what they mean. Okay? Verse 13. Who the hell is going to pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So the Most High is telling you, the Most High has called the wicked serpents and beast right in the book of Genesis, right in the very beginning. He declared the end from the beginning. So if you're reading the beginning, it must have something to do with the end. So if the serpent showed up in the beginning and there's a serpent in the end, then connect the fucking dots, man. Connect them. Stop listening to these Christians. They don't know nothing. They know nothing. These Christians will tell you, oh, well, Eve, she went to the center of the garden where the tree was, and there was a snake hanging on the tree that could talk Hebrew. The snake was hanging on the tree, and the snake started talking Hebrew to Eve and was like, yo, Eve, check out this apple. This is the most delicious apple you're going to ever see. And Eve was like, oh, didn't the Most High say I can't eat that apple from that tree? This is how Christians break down Genesis, the Genesis story, Adam and Eve. Didn't the Most High say I can't have? Oh no, serpent. I'm sorry, Mr. Serpent, sir. I can't have that. Chill out, Eve. The Most High knows that if you eat this apple, it ain't gonna kill you. You'll be like a god. You'll be like us, knowing good and evil, not just good, but you'll know evil too. That will make you a god. And what did Eve do? She fell for it. Why? Because it was the enticement of power. And that's all Eve wants, is power. She can't be happy with her estate. And through the woman, we all die. Through the woman came sin. Not Adam. Adam didn't sin, and that's another lie Christians will tell you. The Most High punished Adam for listening to his wife. But the Most High punished Eve for being disobedient. You see that? Because she knew better. But she decided to go over there anyway. Now, the Christians will tell you that there was some snake hanging from a tree that gave Eve a magic apple that she ate, and all of a sudden, all the knowledge and wisdom of the Most High was downloaded into her brain, and she became like a god. Oh, now Eve's a goddess. Oh, shit. Is that how it happened? So Eve became a goddess. This is why Eve and El Rojo have the same spirit. They're both full of pride. They're both full of hubris. They both got their heads up their own asses. You see what I'm saying? They both want to be worshipped as God. So they're both our enemies right now. El Rojo's always going to be our enemy. But Eve is our enemy because she follows El Rojo. You see what I'm saying? Alright, so who's going to pity a charmer that's bitten with a serpent or any such that come near wild beasts? So the Most High is telling you, don't deal with the serpent people. Don't deal with the beast man. Get away from them cats, because if you get bit, I ain't going to feel sorry for you. You see? If the wild beasts maul you and do you dirty, I ain't going to feel sorry for you, because I already told you, don't go over there and deal with them things. They're wild beasts. They're serpents. You never know when a snake is going to strike you, but you can guarantee a snake is going to strike. You know, when I was young, I used to like having snakes, okay? And I was always very skeptical about sticking my hand in the tank and pulling it out and just petting it and just holding it and stuff like that. And they say, you know, hold your snake all the time so it'll get used to you. Yeah, you can do that if you want, and that's cool. And I did that. I walked around hot in Texas. I lived in Texas at the time. And I'd take my ball python out. She was real young and small. I'd take her out and, you know, have her bathe in the sun while she's on my arm. But in the back of my mind, I always had this uneasy feeling that, you know, this snake might strike me one day, and I ain't never going to see it coming. It's just going to happen, and I'm going to be totally surprised when it fucking happens. You see? So this is what the Most High is saying. So when the serpent, when El Rojo finally strikes, it is going to surprise a lot of Jakes, man, because Jake really think that El Rojo is not their enemy. All right? All right. That's enough. So with that, I want to say shalom. All glory, honor, and praises to the Most High God. Call halayim la Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, Baharokak Kodash. Shalom to the Akim and Akwath. You know, I hope this lesson fed the sheep. Till next time, shalom.
Hi, I am a registered nurse in Nashville, Tennessee, and my name is Kalila Mitchell. I'm reaching out to everyone about the COVID-19 vaccination. I recently took the COVID-19 vaccination. After the shot, I felt fine, but within 3 days, I went to the doctor because I had problems with my face. Damn! The whole left side of my face, actually. I have Bell palsy now. And as you can see, I can't smile. I'm trying to smile. I'm just getting embarrassing for me. But I just want everyone to know that I think this vaccination is the worst thing ever. And I would not give this to anybody, even my worst enemy. Please, America, they do not care about us. Do not take this vaccination.